Hello, everybody. It's Rombo here. Hope you guys had a really good week. And let's get to it. CEI making kind of a comeback. It was up 20% today. It's looking good. A big retracement, though. So, I wouldn't expect all too much, but you never know about CEI, oil plays, and things like that. But it is trying to make its way back up to the average price, and once that happens, you never know. We could see a bump back up to 127. That would be that'd be a really good start. And next is SYBIL. SYBIL again, just this money line right here. This is goes all the way back here. This is the biggest volume candle, volume weighted. Okay. And it got close to it once, it bounced off, and usually the second time it bounces and breaks. So it broke here, pulled back. That was a part of another thing here, but it looks like now, here's the support line. And this support line, actually, guys, is a part of a big, huge Andrews pitchfork that I drew way back here. This is the upper movement, that's a lower movement, and this is the average price right here. We broke away from it, came back down, and now we're breaking away from it again. If we could get above 0234, that'd be a really good sign that we're in an upper movement here. But this is the average price right here at 0278 or so. And this is the weekly average price. That's a very big resistance line. Usually, like I said before, and you guys know now, usually make a break up, and then we'll get a pullback, and then we'll break through. So if you're not in it, you can be very aggressive and get it now, because we don't know how big the pullback will be. It could come all the way back down here to the support line. So that's the gamble. That's why I say it's aggressive. I would wait until you see a pullback and then start going up again, and then add in, right here and wait for a break upwards. So that would be something that I'm looking at with SYBIL. Next, FERN. Let's see if I can bring it up here real quick. FERN has broken to the downside here. It broke through the -1 deviation, and now it's just pulled back. That's not, that's basically what I just said about SYBIL with the break above the average line. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. And then a pullback. Well, here's the -1. These are all major support and resistance lines, guys. So that's to be expected. It broke through, and now it's pulled back and actually went through and then recovered. So even though on a down day, it pulled back above this -1 deviation, which is a good sign that we should be on the uptrend here. So the average price is 0219. So it's looking like it just had a nice retracement, a little bit bigger than what we would like of a retracement, but I still think that FERN is on a good uptrend here. Let's see, ILIS. If I could get my pointer out here. There we go. ILIS, same thing. We had a break up to the -1, bounce back, and now we're consolidating. We are retesting the support line here. Very important that we stay above that. We're just riding, right on top of it. We're still under a secondary, let alone the primary downward resistance trend line here. So we'll wait and see how it goes with ILIS. We're kind of walking on eggshells right now. As long as we stay above that line right here, I could see us having a good, bounce up here, and then a medium bounce, and then a breakout and trying to test the primary. We've been waiting for a long time with ILS. We had this big day, and everyone, here we go to the moon. How many times do I say that, guys? Don't get FOMO. Always wait for a pullback. Always wait for a pullback. You get a pullback, okay, fine. You got aggressive. You got in right here. That was such a big pullback. Well, you're in at 0119 or something like that. So overall, even though it's been since March 7th, you're still, treading water. You're still, a little bit, above. You're making some money here, but I think it's worth the wait. We're still below the smart money here. I mean, smart money is, -1 right here to +1 right here. This is retail money right here. So, you got in down here, you're looking really good. Now, you're not making that much. If you scalped it, got out here and got in back here, that good for you. You're doing well with that. A little conservative like me, I'm waiting for it to break this downward trend right here to really put in, a big amount of money and wait for that kind of a bounce. So, but little aggressive considering we're right on the support line. If we break this, then we could be going down to the -2 area, or at least the -1. The horizontal support is somewhere around 0.6 or so, something like that. So, but ILS is good company, so I really think that we're gonna hold the support line. Now, I'm just an old man in a dark room upstairs looking at 3 monitors, so take it for what it's worth. But it looks like we're holding the support. It would be really nice to see ILS just consolidating, just nice and easy. Closer and closer we get to this downtrend line, the better. So it just takes patience with that. And oh my LCLP, wow, 147% today. Great job. Guess what? Still underneath the downtrend line. And that's that's the OCT for you. Here's the downtrend, and we made it right here, and we're still on average going down. So what does that mean? Well, conservative in me is probably going to pull back. It's probably going to pull back. Now, we did break the -1 deviation. Probably got close to the -1.5 deviation here. So I wouldn't be surprised if it pulled back a little bit, and then maybe start working its way to breaking the downtrend. If we do that, then we're going to 0.162, and then we're looking pretty good. So, but that here's the average monthly right here, and it is still going down. I don't like to trade stocks that are going down. Yellow boy, you could get in the lowest low if you want, but the first mouse gets the trap, the second one gets the cheese. That's just the way I am. You don't have to trade the way I do, and that's okay. But the overall average price is just at 0.268, so we're well below that. So it's pretty good. Time to get in. If you're in it for the long haul, if you think it's going to go up, but for right now, the weekly averages are going down, so that means usually the down moves are bigger than the up moves. And yes, even with the 147% up, we're still in a downtrend. So tread very carefully with LCLP. MJ, a little breather today. Was it down? Just a little bit. We're just consolidating. Closer and closer and closer we get to that. The average price of the weeklies. Now the weeklies are still going down. But we did break the overall downtrend line. We saw with ILS, we saw it with FERN before. It just sits here, and then all of a sudden, boom, we get a nice spike up. So I wouldn't be surprised if this happens to MJWL this week or the next week. But look at all this consolidation here, guys. It's just waiting to break through. So if you're in it, it's exciting times. Yeah, we got up to 457, and now we're down to 377 or something like that. But in the overall scheme of things, it's just going sideways, up a little bit, down, up, down, up, down. No big decisive move on MJ for quite a long time since uh, you know, the middle of January. So we'll wait and see with MJ, but things are looking good with MJ. MULN, it's just continuing the downtrend. We had the big run up to $4, but overall, guys, it's overall the charts don't lie. We're in a downtrend. Yep, you have spikes up, and then it comes back down to the average price. The average price on the weeklies, guys, is just $1.67. Okay, so we didn't even get up to the positive one deviation on this. Even though we got to 415 and everybody's, we're going to the moon. No, great pump. I don't want to say this is a pump and dump because it didn't come up, straight down. This is just meandering here, so it's got some life. But guys, 10% stop loss. You could have been out right here, and just waiting for the next move. It looks like it pulled back, it jumped up, pulled back, jumped up. Now it's pulling back to the average price again. It's below the average price on the daily, and it looks like we're trying to get back down to the average price on the weekly chart. So we'll see what happens here, but it definitely looks like it's working its way back down to the average. Then we don't know if it breaks that. Then we're probably most definitely coming back down. If we bounce off it, then we might jump back up to the 339 area. So that's what we have with the MULN. PSWW I want to put on my list here because we got up to the +2, and now we're working our way back down. But the thing is with PSWW is that look at the weekly charts here. Look at the weekly deviations. They're pinching, okay? And what I found is usually when they pinch, it has a nice bump up, and I mean a really nice bump up. So PSWW had another big run here in the end of March, and now we've come back down. Now it's still pretty aggressive here. We're down underneath the downtrend line. We're working our way back down to the average price, and this is why I'm personally waiting to see what's going to happen here, to see once it hits that average price if we bump up or we break down below. So I'm not getting into this quite yet, but it's still something to look at. TCDA, something I told you guys about before, yelling and screaming since I think it was like $6.50, $7. We're up to 10.18 right now. The weekly charts are moving up. The daily charts moving up. Things are looking really good. I'm a little concerned about the topping tail right here, but so I'm keeping a close eye out on it. But again, here's the 20-year monthly chart. Look at that month that we're having right here. Okay, so now we're getting close. 1032 is the top of this big candle here. The wick got up to 1088. I think right now we got so far up to 1053 this month. But I really think if we get over that, this wick right here, I think we're going to have a big pop up to 1787 at least. So we broke the average on the monthly chart. Again, concurrence right here on the +1 deviation here, but it seems like every time we broke that, we went over it. We broke it here, and we definitely went up to the two, well over the 2.5. So we'll wait and see what happens with TCDA, but I personally have a good feeling about it. So that's just the way I'm looking at it. But yes, I am concerned a little bit about this topping tail here, trying to reach its way up to the +1 side. Here's the average price on the weekly and the daily. Rarely do they coincide with each other, but they do here. That usually means really, really big resistance. And we broke through both of those. So topping tail, which usually means a change in trend, we'll wait and see. But I personally, I still think we're on our way at least to 1072 on TCDA. Well, WNBD. Remember this, guys? Remember back in December, I said I'm going to buy it. I'm just going to sit and wait for it to pop. And yep, I was, we bought it at what, 0009. We were down, kept going down, 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 down. I was down 250, 270 or something like that. And then lo and behold, it pops up to 13 today. Did I get out? Nope. I'm waiting for a bigger pop. If that doesn't happen, I'll just let it sit. But I'm waiting for a fun little pop up to the 16 area. So, am I missing anything? No, it's a date night. Just sitting there. So, we'll wait and see what happens with WNBD. But it's been kind of fun just watching it getting closer and closer. And now I'm down 200, down 100, even. Now I'm up 100, up 200. That's just been a kind of my fun little thing. Beam, I got out of today. I didn't like this rounded top here. Even though the monthlies are going, or the weekly averages are starting to go up. I didn't like this. I got out at 24.70 or something like that. Made a little bit of money, and luckily I got out, and there we are. We're at 22.77. I'll keep an eye out on the price action. I wouldn't be surprised if it comes down to 20.62, and then I might get back into it here. But we'll wait and see. But yeah, I just enjoyed that. The ride up here, it was a scalp. I mean, that was a big, massive run, but I got in very late on it. It still looks really, really good and this is why I'm keeping an eye out on it on the monthly chart here. It has a really nice bounce up. I wouldn't be surprised if it eventually gets to 27.50 or so, at least. So we're still keeping an eye out on Beam. It broke this deviation line here. It had, a really red week here. But I wouldn't be surprised if we get a bounce and slowly work our way up to the average price, which is 34.48 with Beam. So, but we'll wait and see. It might try to, come back down to the -1 deviation, and then bounce back up. So this is something that I'm going to be looking at with Beam. And with that said, guys, I hope you had a really good day, and looking forward to seeing what's going to happen this week. Take care. Bye.